No matter how much a woman tries to hide her attraction, her body language usually gives her away. Words can be controlled, but the subconscious signals she sends through her posture, gestures, and movements are much harder to disguise. If you pay attention, you'll notice the little things that reveal far more than she wants you to know. One of the clearest signs is how she positions herself around you. If she likes you, she'll often angle her body in your direction, even if she's trying to act uninterested. She may lean slightly closer when you speak, or her feet might point toward you while she's pretending to look elsewhere. These are subtle signals of connection, and they happen almost automatically. Another giveaway is what she does with her hands. Many women play with their hair, touch their neck, or fidget with jewelry when they're around someone they're attracted to. These gestures aren't random, they're subconscious ways of releasing nervous energy, and they often signal a heightened state of interest. She may even mirror your movements, crossing her arms when you do, or leaning back when you lean back, without realizing she's doing it. That mirroring shows a desire to connect and sync with you on a deeper level. Then there's the smile. Even when she's trying to keep her feelings under wraps, her face lights up when she sees you. It may be quick, it may fade fast, but it's genuine. Her eyes might linger on you longer than they should, or she may look away quickly when you catch her staring. Either way, those small slips reveal the attraction she's trying to hold back. The beauty of body language is that it's honest. A woman might try to play it cool to act like she's not impressed, but her subconscious signals tell the real story. The key is not to overanalyze or call her out, but to simply recognize the signs with quiet confidence. When you can read those cues without reacting desperately, you position yourself as the man who notices but doesn't need to chase. And that awareness sets the stage for everything else she'll reveal, even when she thinks she's hiding it. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to make it obvious, she'll often find subtle ways to place herself in your world. She may not come right out and say what she feels, but her actions reveal it. The truth is, attraction naturally pulls people closer, and even if she's trying to play it cool, she'll create opportunities to spend time near you. Sometimes it looks like coincidence. She shows up where you are, joins a group conversation when you're talking, or lingers in the same space a little longer than necessary. Maybe she takes the longer route past your desk, or she ends up at the same social gathering where she knows you'll be. To the untrained eye, it might seem random, but in reality, it's a quiet strategy. She's putting herself in your orbit so that a connection has a chance to grow. Another way she creates opportunities is through conversation. She might ask casual questions, bringing up small details, just to keep the dialogue going. She'll show curiosity about your day, your plans, or your interests, often in a way that seems casual, but actually signals investment. Even when she acts like she's just making friendly small talk, she's choosing to engage with you instead of anyone else. That choice is intentional. Pay attention to how she manages her time. If she likes you, she'll make herself available without saying it directly. She might delay leaving an event until you do, or she might suddenly have free time when you suggest doing something. She may even cancel other plans, quietly prioritizing you while pretending it's no big deal. That flexibility is her way of showing interest without putting it into words. Technology gives her another avenue. If she texts you about small, unnecessary things like a random meme, a quick comment, or a question she could have easily found the answer to, it's not about the content, it's about creating a reason to interact. Every text, every call, every little excuse is her way of keeping the connection alive while trying not to expose how much she actually cares. The key here is subtlety. She won't announce her intentions because that would make her feel vulnerable. Instead, she engineers situations where you naturally cross paths, where the interaction feels unforced, and where she can test how you respond. These opportunities are her quiet signals of interest hidden beneath the surface. If you notice these patterns, the best response isn't to call her out or chase harder. The best response is to remain centered, enjoy the moments she creates, and let her continue investing. When she puts in effort to be near you, she's showing interest, whether or not she admits it out loud. And those little opportunities she creates are only the beginning of the signs that reveal how much she truly feels. They say the eyes never lie, and that couldn't be truer when it comes to attraction. A woman might control her words, she might mask her tone, and she might act like she's unfazed, but her eyes almost always give her away. That's because the eyes are windows to emotion. They reveal curiosity, desire, and interest, even when the rest of her is trying to stay composed. If she likes you, you'll notice those quick stolen glances. She may try to look away before you catch her, but the very fact that she's watching is telling. Attraction creates curiosity, and curiosity creates attention. She can't help but check where you are in the room, who you're talking to, and how you're carrying yourself. Even if she's pretending to be uninterested, her eyes betray the truth every single time. And then there's the way she holds eye contact. Most people break it quickly when they don't care. But if she locks eyes with you for a second longer than necessary, it means she's feeling something. That tiny pause communicates volumes. It's a connection point, a spark that neither of you needs to explain. Sometimes she'll hold that gaze and smile, other times she'll look away nervously, but both reactions tell you she's invested. Watch for the way her eyes light up when you enter the room. It might be subtle, but it's there. A quick widening, a shift in expression, a moment of brightness that she can't fake. That's her excitement slipping out before she has a chance to put the mask back on. Even if she quickly turns away or pretends she didn't notice, her eyes already revealed her emotion. Another clue is how often she seeks your reaction. She might glance toward you after making a joke, telling a story, or even when something funny happens around her. That glance isn't random. It's her way of checking if you noticed, if you're paying attention, if she matters in that moment. It's a subtle form of seeking approval without openly asking for it. And sometimes her eyes reveal nervousness. She may blink faster, look down, or break eye contact more often when she's around you, not because she doesn't like you, but because she likes you too much. That nervous energy comes from the tension of trying to hide her attraction while still feeling it intensely. The truth is, no matter how much she tries to act indifferent, her eyes will tell you the real story. They'll show you the interest she's trying to conceal, the excitement she's trying to downplay, and the emotional pull she can't put into words. And once you learn to read those silent signals, you'll see that her eyes often speak louder than anything she says. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to be obvious, her behavior often falls into a delicate balance. She engages with you, shows interest, but at the same time does her best to play it cool. This push and pull energy is her way of protecting herself. She wants to connect with you, but she doesn't want to feel vulnerable by revealing too much too soon. Now, you'll notice this when she asks you questions. She'll show curiosity about your life, your goals, or your opinions, but she'll frame it casually as if it's just part of the conversation. She's genuinely interested, but she doesn't want you to know how much she cares. It's her way of keeping the interaction light on the surface, while her real feelings are much deeper. Sometimes this comes through teasing. She might joke with you, challenge you playfully, or act unimpressed when you say something. On the outside, it looks like she's just having fun, but beneath the surface, it's her way of staying engaged without fully showing her hand. Teasing is a safe way to create chemistry because it keeps things lively while hiding her true attraction. Another sign is how she balances availability and distance. She'll text back, she'll respond when you reach out, but she won't always be the first to initiate. She wants the connection, but she doesn't want to appear too eager. This is her version of playing it safe, keeping the line of communication open while still maintaining the appearance of indifference. Even in person, she might act relaxed and unaffected, but her small actions betray her. She laughs a little louder at your jokes, she remembers small details about you, or she subtly finds ways to keep the interaction going longer than necessary. These are all signs of investment, but they're wrapped in a cool, composed exterior. It's important to recognize that this behavior isn't meant to confuse you. It's simply her way of navigating attraction while protecting her pride. Nobody wants to risk rejection, and playing it cool allows her to engage with you while still keeping some emotional distance. The more confident and centered you are in these moments, the easier it is for her to drop the act and allow her real interest to come through. So when you notice her giving effort while still trying to act like it's casual, understand what's really happening. She's drawn to you, she wants your attention, but she's trying to make sure she doesn't give away too much too soon. And if you can read that balance with patience and confidence, you'll see that her cool exterior is often just a cover for a much stronger attraction she's holding back. One of the most undeniable signs that a woman likes you, even when she tries not to show it, is the way her energy changes when you're around. Energy doesn't lie. People can mask their words, adjust their tone, and even rehearse how they act, but the emotional shift that happens in the presence of someone they're attracted to is almost impossible to conceal. If you pay attention, you'll notice that her entire vibe transforms when you enter the room. Sometimes that shift comes in the form of nervousness. She may talk a little faster, fidget with her hands, or stumble over her words in a way she normally wouldn't. This nervous energy isn't a weakness, it's her body's natural reaction to being near someone who excites her. Even if she tries to appear calm, her energy betrays the truth. Other times, the shift shows up as enthusiasm. Her voice becomes more animated, her laughter more frequent, her smile more genuine. She lights up in your presence and her mood lifts almost instantly. This kind of energy is hard to fake because it comes from an emotional spark she feels when you're nearby. No matter how much she tries to downplay her attraction, her excitement speaks louder than her intentions. On the flip side, sometimes her energy shift shows up as playfulness. She might tease you, challenge you, or act in a way that's slightly more bold than usual. This isn't random, it's her way of testing the waters while keeping things fun and light. That playful energy is her defense mechanism, allowing her to stay engaged without admitting her deeper feelings. Pay attention to the contrast in how she interacts with others compared to how she interacts with you. She might be calm and casual around everyone else, but when it comes to you, there's a noticeable difference. Her attention sharpens, her reactions become stronger, and her focus leans more in your direction. That shift is her subconscious, making it clear you hold a special place in her awareness. The key is not to overreact or call her out on these changes, but to simply notice them and remain steady. Confidence is what allows you to navigate this dynamic without being thrown off by her mixed signals. If you can stay grounded, her energy will naturally reveal more and more over time because attraction thrives in the presence of calm assurance. So when you see her mood change, her vibe shift, or her excitement peak the moment you arrive, understand that it isn't random. It's the silent language of attraction, showing you what she may be trying hard not to say out loud. And that energy shift is often the clearest clue of all, leading directly into the subtle test she'll use to measure your confidence. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to reveal it directly, one of the clearest patterns you'll notice is that she starts testing you. She won't admit it, and she may not even realize she's doing it consciously, but these little tests are her way of figuring out what kind of man you really are. Attraction makes her curious, and curiosity makes her challenge you because she wants to see if you're truly the strong, confident man she hopes you are. These tests can come in many forms. She might tease you or throw a playful jab to see how you react. Do you get defensive and insecure, or do you laugh it off with confidence? She might delay responding to your message or act like she's too busy just to see if you'll chase harder. If you blow up her phone, you fail, but if you stay relaxed and give her space, she sees that you're not easily shaken. That's attractive. Sometimes the test is more subtle. She may bring up another guy in conversation, not because she's interested in him, but because she wants to gauge your reaction. Do you become jealous and needy, or do you stay calm and unaffected? If you remain composed, you show her that you trust yourself and you're not competing for approval. That calm strength makes her respect you more. Another common test is inconsistency. One day she might be warm and friendly, the next day a little distant. She's not doing this to confuse you. She's doing it to see how steady you really are. If your mood shifts with hers, if you get frustrated or start chasing harder when she pulls away, she learns that your confidence is fragile. But if you stay centered and treat both days the same, you prove that your confidence isn't dependent on her behavior. What's important to understand is that these tests aren't meant to push you away. They're her way of pulling you closer, but only if you pass. She wants reassurance that you're not like the average guy who crumbles under pressure. She wants to know you can handle her emotions, her moods, and her challenges without losing your composure. That's what makes her feel safe and drawn to you. So instead of resenting these tests, embrace them as proof of interest. A woman doesn't waste her time testing a man she has no attraction toward. The very fact that she's putting you through these little challenges is her way of showing she cares enough to see what you're really made of. And when you respond with calm strength, when you don't overreact or chase, you earn her respect and deepen her attraction. Because in the end, those hidden tests are not about games. They're about revealing whether you're the kind of man she can truly admire and trust.